Hey, what's up everyone? It's your girl Karina, and for today's kind of video, I wanted to do a favorites video, but I've been wanting to do like a favorites video for a while, but it's just like never really came around. Love favorites videos because I want to know what people are into, what are they vibing. I feel like a lot in the beauty space you see a lot of like beauty like favorites, and I love watching those type of videos. So I was like, I'm just gonna talk about some of my favorites that I have been enjoying. I'm just gonna get into it because I have a lot of them. I think I want to start off with makeup because I have so much makeup. I guess I can start off with like the base first. Like when I do my makeup, I've been loving Rare Beauty as a brand. This Rare Beauty primer, it's called the Pore Diffusing Primer. Have this, I want to say, for like 4 months, almost 6 months. A little bit goes a long way, and I feel like this has been making my makeup just like glide and smooth and definitely fills in my pores. I feel like a good dupe for this as well is the e.l.f. Putty primer, and that one also does the same thing, but I don't know, I kind of enjoy the consistency of this one better. Looking for like a pore diffusing primer, I definitely recommend this Rare Beauty one. I feel like this year has been for me the year of skin tints. Like I've tried so many skin tints this past year, and I realized that it's just kind of the foundations that I like. I mean, I used to be like full coverage gal, but I realized a lot of the time that I felt like with full coverage, I always felt like it felt heavy on the face. And as someone who typically sometimes wears makeup every other day, like I just didn't want something so heavy on the skin. And honestly, these have been like my favorite skin tints. The first one is the Rare Beauty Positive Light Tinted Moisturizer, but I feel like this one was a good like light to medium coverage. Obviously you're not going to get full coverage with this, but I always felt like it left like a nice like satin finish. Nice. And yeah, I don't know what, I just always go for this product. It just feels really nice on the skin, and it covers like any pigmentation, specifically my rosacea, because I feel like my rosacea is very prominent, and it's long lasting. It has SPF, so I really enjoy this one, and I feel like it's very layerable as well. So, and I got mine in this color 26W. I feel like Rare Beauty and Fenty have been my brands like the makeup and stuff that I've been really enjoying. This Fenty Ease Drops, the first time I tried it, kid you not, loved it. Same thing, I think this one doesn't have SPF, so I usually wear like a Supergoop SPF underneath. I feel like this one though is more like medium coverage. I feel like this one is a little bit more matte, not fully matte, but I don't think it's like glowy or anything like that. The foundation I'm wearing today, and honestly it feels like nothing's there. It's so lightweight, perfect coverage, and a little bit goes a long way. I feel like these two are very similar, but if you want more like a glowy, more satin like skin like, I think the Rare Beauty is better at that, and this one's a little bit more matte, so maybe like for normal to oily skin. I have combination skin, so I feel like this works as well. But either way, these are really good, and I have this one in the color 7, but I also have gotten the number, I think it's 4. So yeah, either way, really good. So I have been on a hunt for a new concealer, and actually there is a new concealer that I want to try, but I finally found like a concealer that I really like, and it is this Kosas one. I feel like this one was inspired by like everybody on TikTok or on social media. Everyone was raving about this concealer. A little bit of this goes a long way. I naturally crease, and I've come to realize that like not every concealer is not going to crease on me, so it's something natural. I mean, I'm still creasing, but not as much as I would typically crease, so that's why I kind of like this, and it's very hydrating. I know that for myself, I have really dry under eyes, and then especially in the fall and winter. I enjoyed it. This is my second repurchase, and the one that I want to try actually is the Huda Beauty concealer, because I remember I was contemplating between this one or the Huda Beauty. I didn't have makeup that day, so they tested the Huda Beauty under mine, and I was like, you're not gonna set it? He's like, no, you don't need to set it. And honestly, I feel like that one, without even setting, and that I have like honestly a lot of creasing or fine lines, it stayed on really good. I feel like after I'm done with this one, I'm definitely gonna try that Huda Beauty concealer, because I remember that day and I was like, I had no makeup, just concealer, and I was like, wow, it looked good. I feel like for me, this has been the year of blush. I have been obsessed with blush. I go heavy on the blush. The only brand that has been hitting it with the blush for me is Rare Beauty. So the cool thing that I like about Rare Beauty, they do a lot of mini sets. Selena did like a little mini trio about her favorites, and I got to try the mascara, a lipstick and a mini blushes, and a highlighter, which I also like. I feel like these little travel sets are so freaking good, especially for me when I obviously wanted to try the brand out. I think sets like this small are perfect for that. I went to Sephora to buy this Kosas concealer. They had a mini blush set, 3 blushes, this big one, full size, and then it had 2 minis, and I think it was like $30, so I thought that wasn't bad. So I get to try new blush colors, because the only mini color I had was Enjoy. So now I have Happy, Encourage, and I don't know where the other one is at. I'll put the name here because I actually have the other one on my face today. But these blushes, like people say, a little bit goes a long way, and that's why I feel like the minis are such a good like price. These are gonna last in your collection for a very long time. They blend nice, and I just am a big fan of these freaking blushes. And Encourage has been a go-to. I feel like right now in the fall I'm very into like a rosy kind of blush, versus the summer I was going more for like a peachy orange kind of coral blush. If you haven't tried them out, definitely check it out, especially right now in the holiday season. There's like so many holiday sets. I definitely recommend, if you see like Rare Beauty have like a holiday set, try it out, y'all. I feel like honestly Selena Gomez has been hitting it really good with her brand. I used to play with people and be like, oh yeah, Selena Gomez is like my cousin, and she's like my far cousin. And people used to believe me because obviously our last names are the same, and it's just so funny that like a lot of people actually thought that we were related. So I quickly want to shout out under eye powder. It is a Charlotte Tilbury powder. I got a mini because I just wanted to try out before I buy the big set. You can tell I already hit pan. I love this, and I pair it with these cool like soft touch velvety sponges, and with this powder I feel like it gives a very flawless under eye. Like I said, my whole goal is try to not show that much creasing underneath my eyes, and I feel like this and this powder, so good. These have honestly been like one of my go-tos. I feel like it puts the powder so seamlessly, and I feel like sometimes I overdo it with powder, so with this and just a little bit, it goes a long way. I really enjoy this duo. I definitely recommend you get these. I feel like everyone was talking about them on TikTok or on Instagram, and this has definitely helped with the setting the under eye, because I used to set it with just my beauty blender, but I feel like it always picked up some of the powder. I feel like I'm definitely gonna get a bigger one of these. It's because like I go in between. I like pressed powders, which is this one, but I also like, you know, setting powders. But let me know your recommendations down below. Today I wear the Rare Beauty one underneath my eyes, and I think it looks nice, so we'll see. I was gonna talk about more specific like colored lipsticks, but then I realized that anything that I put over is always a gloss, and I've actually had a couple glosses that I love, and I rotate whatever I see one I grab. The first one, which is the one I'm wearing right now, is this Patrick Ta lip gloss. It's called Looks Natural. This is a very like plumping minty lip gloss. It has a little bit of plumping, nothing that burns, but I feel like this gives such a lush full lips kind of lip gloss. This was one of the ones that I feel like I constantly have in my bag, because especially me, I like to do like a lip liner and then a little bit of a lipstick, and then I add this, and I feel like this makes such a difference, and it plumps my lips so well. This one has a good longevity. I mean, I feel like I have to put it on like maybe every like 3 hours or so, depending on what I'm doing. I really enjoyed that one. Recently I got this one, and honestly it was like one of my fave. It's another plumping lip gloss, but this one I feel like is a little bit like Yeah, you can feel it more than the Patrick Ta. Patrick Ta one is a little bit more cooling. Like I applied this maybe like 40 minutes ago and I can still feel it on my lips, but it feels like a minty fresh kind of vibe. And this one is like, whoa, it's tingling them lips, you know? It's like there, it's plumping them up. It does have like a sheer tint, which is this like rosy color. And then lastly, which I've been meaning to like repurchase, this Merit tinted lip oil. There was a time where this thing all I wore, and I feel like this is perfect if you like a lip gloss and like a lip stain. I feel like this has a perfect color, but it also gives like that lip glossy effect, but it's not a lip gloss, but it still gives it that shine. I don't know how to describe it, y'all. This and this color taupe, my go-to, especially right now in the fall and the winter. I love a brown lip. Like I'm a brown lip gal, especially if you like that brownie like glazed lips. But don't want to apply like a lip liner and then a gloss. This is like all in one for sure. I swear I need to refill on this one because it is so good, and I wish it was bigger because obviously it's really small, but one of my favorite like lip products ever. That's all the makeup products I have. I feel like this is longer than a thrift haul or something. And now I thought I'd quickly talk about one hair product that I've been enjoying. It is this JVN Complete Air Dry Cream. I tend to wash my hair maybe every 2 to 3 days, just depending how oily I get. Since we're going into the winter, I'm definitely gonna be dealing with more like a dry scalp. Every time I use this hair cream, after I get out of the shower when I washed my hair, and then I do a blowout and I put this in my hair, and I swear y'all, I feel like it makes my hair feel just like healthier, but also so much volume. It lasts throughout the whole day, but as well as the second day. I put this on yesterday when I blow dried my hair, and I still feel like I have volume on the roots or in my bangs. It doesn't feel as like down, which I used to struggle with volume in my hair a lot. It's my second day hair with the blow drying that I did yesterday. So I mean, all I did today actually was just curl the bottoms, but I mean, overall, I feel like this has been giving me such good volume. It makes my hair feel really nice, and it also, I feel like, doesn't make my hair super oily, because I feel like there's certain products that you put in your hair and then like hours later, because you know you're walking, you're sweating, whatever, you start to feel the oils in your hair. Not with this. I think it really makes my hair just seem like more like a blowout, you know? Obviously the Dyson has some help in it, but I feel like this product makes my hair have that volume and have like that more luscious, like healthy feeling, especially since I recently dyed it. I guess now I'll just quickly talk about certain lifestyle products that I enjoy. So first product I want to talk about is these Sony headphones right here. I just got these, not even joking, the beginning of October. It's November 3rd today, and I could not stop using these like crazy. I had these like $30 JBL Target ones that I really enjoyed using, specifically when I was walking around the neighborhood and I was walking the dogs. Maybe an hour on them being on my head. They were uncomfortable, but then I figured, you know, I'm not using them that much for like other stuff, so it was fine. Using my AirPods to edit, but they also got so uncomfortable on my ears. And you know, I am in front of a computer a lot of the hours of most days. To a point where I was just like, you know what, I do need proper like headphones. I was stuck between the Air Maxes and the Sony one, and I saw so many reviews. For everything, I was just more inclined to Sony. I love Sony products. I love also Apple products, but I feel like when it comes to like cameras, headphones, and all like that, I feel like Sony does a pretty good job at creating amazing like technology products. Don't get me wrong, Apple does too. They're so comfortable and they're squishy. Like I feel like you don't really feel these on your ears. And when I got them, actually they were on sale, and comparatively to AirPod Maxes, which $500 and something after taxes, I was like, no. So glad I made the purchase on these ones. Not only are like the noise cancellation, the comfortability, the lightweight, so good, but also they're pretty aesthetic. Which I feel like that's what AirPod Maxes have. It's just that they're like aesthetically pleasing or anything, but honestly I feel like this has all of it. It's really my babies now and I wear them all the time. And then the next technology piece that I've been enjoying, which don't have it with me right here, but I'll show a clip, and it is this freaking treadmill and desk stand. Something that I really wanted was to be able to be a little bit more active. Not every day I had a chance to like have a workout because my schedule and everything like that. Especially, you know, I felt like when I was on my computer editing, it was so stagnant and I did not like that feeling. And so on TikTok, I saw a lot of people having those standing walking treadmills while they're working, and I really wanted that, and I was just going back and forth with it, also saving money for it. I finally bought it I think sometime last month. I cannot tell you how much already I feel such a huge difference in like just my energy and focus alone. I'm doing like 10,000 steps a day now, not every day because you know I have rest days here and there, but like I have been more in like a walking mood than ever. Not only in the treadmill, but like there was times where I don't really used to take my dogs for a walk, but like now I feel like so energized from like the whole day that like I have the energy at night to go walk my dogs. I don't know if that makes sense. I feel like it's become a very like ritual thing for me because I get in my steps, but I'm working and but also allowed me to focus on my work easier, specifically when it comes to editing. And I think I'm editing faster, I'm less distracted. I wanted to incorporate it in a way where it didn't feel extraneous or anything like that. It's definitely helped a lot and I love it. It's part of my ritual, and now every time I'm like on the computer, I'll leave both of those down below if you're interested as well, or any of these products, the links will be down below. The last favorite that I have, and I have a lot of shows and movies that I've been liking, but I feel like the one that really like stand out to me that I can just think of the top of my head is this show called This Fool. It released on Hulu and I believe it released in August. I watched that stuff real quick. I feel like I finished the whole season in like 2 days. I don't even know what to say. I feel like I'm bad at giving synopsis. It hits home, and like I love how they are speaking Spanish and English, because definitely as a Mexican American, like that is basically how I grew up to speak around people and my family and my culture in my neighborhood. I just feel like it did a really good job of representing that culture, that time. Basically there's these two characters. One of them was incarcerated and he comes out, I think it's like maybe like 10 years later, and so he obviously is still stuck in the time of like before he was incarcerated. So especially how he talks in the lingo, I feel like I totally relate, because growing up in like the 2000s and 90s and the slang, there was such a cool relatability to that aspect, because there was just a specific type of lingo back in the day. And then his cousin, who works at like this nonprofit, a little bit more like a hipster type of guy, like a hipster-ish kind of Latino, if you want to put labels on it. Basically just helping his cousin like figure out the times, because it's like not like how it used to be. Recommend you watch it if you haven't seen it. It's I don't know how to explain it. It's just, it was very nostalgic to me, that's for sure. That was everything so far that I enjoyed and that are my favorites. So let me know if you want to see more favorites here on the vlog channel. So let me know some of your favorites down below. I definitely want to check out what you've been into, and maybe there's a product that I should be trying out. I want to ask y'all something quickly before I go, because this has also been one of my favorites, these necklaces that I made. And in the back, if you know, I've been taking ceramics and stuff, so I've been getting a lot of DMs since I made my necklaces if I could do like a release. And honestly y'all, they're not perfect. I don't know if you can see, like there's some dents on this one, but if y'all are okay knowing that they're not gonna be perfect, like they're not gonna come out nice or anything, I'm thinking of making a small batch. I'm trying to see if I can make maybe 5 or if I could get to 10, that'd be awesome, but maybe 5 of them, dropping them like on a Poshmark one day. And yeah, so let me know if you're interested. Anyways, that is all. Dogs are like all up on me trying to let me know that it's time for their walk, but I hope you enjoyed this vid and I'll see you soon. Bye.